Imagine a city larger than Libya and Asia combined, concentric rings of water and land, golden temples, massive harbors, and an army so powerful it even fought ancient Athens. Then, in a single day and single night, it vanished beneath the waves. Oh, this isn't fiction. This is the story Plato told over 2,400 years ago. Atlantis myth, or something real we're only now beginning to uncover. In 2025-2026, new underwater sonar scans, LIDAR and bathymetric maps are revealing structures that match Plato's description almost exactly. Rings, canals, a central rectangular area that could be the temple of Poseidon. Today we're going deep. Where could Atlantis really have been? What was actually found this year? And why more and more researchers are saying it's not just a fairy tale anymore. Ready for the truth? Let's dive in. According to Plato, Atlantis was no ordinary island. It was a vast empire, larger than Libya and Asia put together, ruled by kings descended from Poseidon himself. The capital city was built in perfect concentric circles, alternating rings of land and water, connected by canals and bridges. At the very center stood the magnificent temple of Poseidon, covered in silver, gold, and orichalcum, a mysterious reddish metal that glowed like fire. Inside the temple was a massive statue of Poseidon, driving a chariot pulled by winged horses. The city had enormous harbors, shipyards, baths, gardens, and even hot and cold running water, advanced engineering for its time. The people were said to be incredibly wealthy, virtuous at first, but later corrupted by greed and power. They waged war against ancient Athens and lost. Then came the punishment, earthquakes and floods in a single day and night. The entire island sank into the sea, leaving behind an impassable muddy shoal that blocked navigation. Plato claimed this story came from Egyptian priests to Solon, passed down for thousands of years, dating the catastrophe to around 9,600 BC. But was it just an allegory to teach about hubris, or a real historical memory? Let's look at the places people think match this description. So where could this lost empire really have been? Over the centuries, dozens of locations have been proposed, but only a few still make serious sense in 2026. First, the classic one, Santorini in the Aegean Sea. Around 1600 BC, a massive volcanic eruption destroyed the Minoan civilization there. The island had rings of land and sea, advanced ports, and was hit by tsunamis. Many experts still think Plato based his story on this real catastrophe, just exaggerated the timeline and size. Next, the Richat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara in Mauritania. This massive geological formation has almost perfect concentric rings, exactly like Plato described. Satellite images show possible ancient river channels and a central island. Some researchers say a mega tsunami from the Atlantic could have buried it in sand. Then there's the Azores Plateau in the mid-Atlantic. Hancock and others point to this submerged landmass. During the last ice age, sea levels were much lower. The plateau could have been dry land. New bathymetric maps from 2025-2026 show unusual underwater features that some call man-made. Could a comet impact or crustal shift have sunk it around 9600 BC? And finally, the one that exploded in 2025-2026, Cádiz Bay, Spain. Michael Donnellan's sonar and LiDAR scans revealed underwater concentric walls, canals, and a central rectangular structure, matching Plato's description almost word for word. The site shows evidence of a massive tsunami around the right time period. Donnellan even says, "I've touched these structures with my own hands." Mainstream archaeology calls most of these natural formations or coincidences, but the matches are getting harder to ignore. Which one feels right to you? Let's look closer at the latest evidence. So what does all this mean in 2026? The Cádiz discovery by Michael Donnellan is the most compelling yet. Sonar and LiDAR scans show underwater concentric walls, canals, and a central rectangular structure, almost a perfect match to Plato's description. The site shows clear signs of a massive tsunami around 11,600 years ago, right in the time frame Plato gave. Donnellan himself says the formations are artificial and man-made. Combined with new bathymetric data from the Azores Plateau and sediment cores hinting at sudden sea level rise during the younger Dryas, the pieces are starting to fit. Is Atlantis still just a myth? Or are we finally seeing the remnants of a real advanced civilization that was wiped out by a global catastrophe? Plato may have exaggerated some details, but the core story, a powerful society lost to the sea, could be based on actual events passed down through generations. The truth is, we don't have definitive proof yet, but the evidence is piling up faster than ever. What do you think? Is Atlantis in Cádiz, the Azores, the Sahara, or somewhere else entirely? Drop your theory in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's greatest mysteries, smash that like button, subscribe for more ancient enigmas, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next mystery.